Week 6 is over. And that's an incredible thing. I started this journey 6 weeks ago, 42 days. This is day 43 technically. And I can't believe how fast the time has flown. So, and as same as last week, I'm here to give a summary of how week 6 has gone. So I'll briefly go over each category and then we'll go into the graphs and see what we've done. So we'll start off with the food, and I think this week I haven't done as well as I've done in previous weeks. I think I've eaten a bit more junk than previously. So obviously I had pancakes last Sunday, which I'm having again today. It's part of the you've done well, here's your treat. But we also had a Kentucky fried chicken. And we've had meals where I've had crispy potatoes rather than jacket potatoes, which means they're covered in a bit more fat to make them crispy, and well, basically stuff that I haven't normally had in this journey that I've kind of reverted to from normal. So butties for breakfast rather than toast. That's going to happen every now and then, and it's kind of good to have a reset week just to remind yourself what you had before and basically what you're aiming to cut out. It should really be a day or two rather than a whole week, but you're getting the idea. So, the food-wise, I think I could have done better. Exercise-wise, I definitely could do better. Obviously, I had my gym program setting, which basically I did half as much work as I will actually be doing in the gym program, and the walking will bring the steps graph up now while I'm talking to you. Then I achieved the weekly target by the skin of my teeth, basically, and that is because I've had this program of overachieving early in the week, so that if something goes wrong later in the week, I'm covered. You know, you look at the Saturday on that graph, and you can see the lines basically intersect. And the Saturday was a pretty poor day. I only did about 5,000, 6,000 steps on the day, which is basically going from the car to work, pottering around work, wandering back to the car afterwards, that sort of thing. But hey, now that's why I wanted to overachieve early in the week, so that if I have a day where I don't hit the target, I'm covered. And we're going to continue doing that as well. So exercise-wise, definitely could have done better. I only went for a swim once as well. I'm going to aim to go back to my twice. It's going to be difficult this week actually, because I'm giving a lift to a colleague all week to and from work. So it's not going to be easy to fit in going to the gym that is by work when I'm kind of coming away from work at a normal time, rather than to give somebody a lift, rather than hanging around and going to this gym. But we'll work it out, and I can go to other Nuffield Healths as well. So I could go to the one in Bolton. It's still not quite as convenient as I'd like, but as I say, plenty to work out. So that's exercise-wise. And now the big one. Did I lose weight? So last week I was 22 stone, 7.2 pounds. That's set me a target of 22 stone, 6.4 pound. But remember, I said I wanted to lose at least a pound every week, so it made it 6.2 pound again. I didn't expect when I stood on scales to have done more than maintain my current weight, possibly lose that pound. And I was surprised. I was 22 stone, 4.4 pounds. I basically lost 2.8 pound in a week. In a week where I wasn't doing that well. And considering last week I lost 2.9 pounds, I think I think I've done really well there, by the skin of my teeth. I'm not going to take any praise for how well I've done that way this week, because I know I could have done so much better if I'd actually done what I'd planned to do every day and eaten better and all these sort of things. But obviously my body realises I do want to lose weight and I need to lose weight, so I'm really, really happy with that. So if I put on the Q4 graph, you can see the difference between what my adjusted target and my actual target was anyway, and how much I've beaten that by. And well, this still shows the adjusted target going down at a normal rate rather than at the £1 a week extra. I have done a test graph just to see what it looks like, and if I continue losing at £1 a week, I would be below 22 stone around the end of November, beginning of December. So it's very achievable that I can be well ahead of target again this week, and I'm really, really delighted with that. The other thing to mention as well, from the very beginning, so in the last 42 days, I have lost, where's it gone? 1 stone, 12.8 pounds. So if I lose 1.2 pound next week, I've lost 2 stone in 7 weeks. Considering I was going for a stone in 12, it is incredible. This is utterly incredible. And I know it's still got a chance of slowing down. It's still got a chance that I could do not that well in a set period, but believe me, I'm utterly delighted by this, and it's spurring me on to keep going. Seeing success is really, really helping me out. Okay, so to really drive down the point here, what I've done, not quite every week, but most weeks I'm taking a picture of myself, both straight on and to the side, just so I can see the difference. So I did that this week. The lighting, I'm afraid, is terrible because unfortunately the very first one was based on sunlight and this one seems to be based on not that much sunlight. But that's my first head-on picture that you should hopefully see now. And there's a bit of a difference. I think my face looks a bit thinner in these straight-on ones. Obviously different pyjamas because the other ones got wrecked. I'll be getting new ones soon, hopefully. But yeah, you can see a bit of a difference. Things look a bit looser on me, and they are actually feeling looser, which is brilliant news. But it's when you look at the side profile one. So just show you the new one. And apart from the fact I've got a better haircut, actually I'm not sure I have, to be honest with you. I definitely do look thinner when you look at my side profile, which is, obviously I still look fat. There's no two ways about it, but I am looking that little bit thinner, and seeing that probably motivates me more than seeing the scales go down, which is incredible. As I say, I am absolutely loving these pictures right now, and I'm hoping that when I come to the end of this, I can do hopefully a quick fire shot of how it's changed. Now obviously I'm going to work out how the lighting looks, so hopefully I'm going to put an autocorrect on these, by the way, so you might not see it as bad as I see it right now, but I'm actually really, really impressed just looking at that. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that's going to drive me forward. Just seeing successes like that, things where it is definitely improving, and hopefully it can carry on like that. Yeah. So excuse me. That's That's kind of surprised me how good that looked to me just then. You're obviously going to be seeing proper side-by-side comparisons. I've had to quickly just flick between the photos while I work out how I'm going to present it, but wow. Okay, so I'm going to end the summary there. I'm just going to quickly set next week's goals for you. So steps-wise, I'm going to increase another 100 steps a day again. So that'll be 10,400 steps a day. I think it was 72,800. Let me just check that. Yeah, 72,800 for the week. So again, there's no reason why that's not achievable. I actually did 73,708 this week, so I know I've already beaten that this week. But again, we're just sticking with the increase by 100 a week. Gradual increases are better than sudden increases always. Weight loss wise, it's basically £1. I could go with the adjusted target, but quite frankly, let's stick by saying £1 a week. Let's make sure I don't screw it up. And yeah, any overachievements are still fantastic news. And although I know I'm going to have issues with this one because of the lifts I'm giving to my colleague, I'm going to aim for going to the gym once for the programme and twice for a swim. That's the target. What I'll probably do is, because sometimes they get to go home early, and if they go early then someone else may give them a lift or they may get public transport. If in case that happens, I'm going to have my gym stuff in the boot of the car anyway, so that I can always make a quick change of plan and go to the gym straight away. No guarantees that will happen, but hey, we can but hope. No offence, Steph, if you're watching. But yeah, that's the plan for this week, I think. Yeah, and as I hit a target, as I smashed a target, I'm going to go off and enjoy my pancakes now. So I'm just going to quickly go through the usuals. We'll have some nice likes, please. Dislikes with comments. Any comments in general. Shares, subscriptions, the works, guys. Week 6 is over. So that's a wrap.